So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready to break.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Be careful.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Switch up.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And so the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Try to lay one up, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Let's go, D.
Operating from the gun, Ackerman. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Hey, Charlie! Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
54 Mike.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ackerman. For Marshall, that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Back to throw. Ackerman. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We go. 15 line. 15 line. Right there, 54, right there, right there.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're...
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Cooper was the target there. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch twins. Hey, Echo.
Off the play fake. Ackerman. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Let's get off the field. Check 3. Go.
And room there to work it inside the 25. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
And two stop. Check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the lead. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Come on, set. HG Gator. Quickstone, travel.
On 3rd down, Ackerman throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Looking to throw. Ackerman. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run. Chubb. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 or. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm not ready. Check 52. Hey, orbit. Hey,
from the gun on 3rd down. Ackerman. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Chubb on the counter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
61, matchbox lights.
From the gun, a run with Cannon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Go now, 30 base.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Cooper's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 2nd down, Elliott. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
10-2 start.
He'll look to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bills have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Come on, set. 18, data. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, exit.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
5.
To throw on 2nd down, Ackerman. He's got a man. That's Marshall. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Taking a shot here for Marshall. It got his man complete. 33 yards that time. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. And he had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. I'm going to run you over.
Lee Griffin.
On fourth down, Ackerman. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. On first down, it's Jackson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the...
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Switch.
On second down, this is Cannon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
All guy, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Taking a shot here for Marshall. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 13 yards out, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen.
It's a foot race. The 40. The 20. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hurry, snap.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He completes this one to Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw. Ready.
From the gun, Ackerman. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it. but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Check 26, check 26. Let's go.
Back to throw. And the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Ready?
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here. Try to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Back to throw. Ackerman. And he will find his man on the outside. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Flushed out right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, come on now. Spot. Get it.
And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Buffalo, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.